and what we are going to receive until we meet him. All the provision, the eye that can see, the eye, the tongue that we can tasting, and also the ear that can hear, and everything is a blessing from Allah. We should be grateful and be thankful. And one of the best ways to show our gratefulness is to make use of all these faculties to please Him, not to misuse whatever Allah have given us. You have some property, use your property in the right manner, wise way, help the poor, help the needy, help family member who need your help. That's how you move on. Okay? And we keep on asking Allah Rabbul Alameen to make us people of knowledge, not just any knowledge, people who have the right understanding from Allah Rabbul Alameen. And it's important for seeker of knowledge, the best and fastest way to increase your knowledge is to ask. So asking, Su'al Miftah Ilm, is a key to all the knowledge that you are seeking. If you don't ask, people may not know what you need. So things that you don't know, you think is important, brother and sister. At any time when we have classes, don't be shy to ask. Shyness is good, but don't be shy when you're seeking knowledge. Just ask. Remember, your question do not just benefit you, it benefits other people too. Those who are on site, online, also can benefit from a question. So now we are going to a question. Can you read the question again?
Can a person on Judgment Day plead for mercy with Allah?
A question was forwarded to us. Can a person, I think what the question is about, a non-believer. They die as a non-believer. Maybe our family members have revered sometime. Our parent died as a disbeliever, not as a Muslim. But they are good parents, very kind, loving, but they don't believe in Allah. So can they seek Allah's mercy? What will happen to them? Allah Rabbul Alameen is telling us, He knows this kind of question is going to come. We always have a lot of strange questions. Allah said, وَمَا كُنَّا مُعَذِّبِينَ حَتَّى نَبْعَثَ رَسُولًا in Surah Isra. We will not punish anyone. We will not punish anyone until we have sent a messenger to them. This is a very tricky ayah for people who don't understand. Majority of the Muslim today have the understanding, like what Allah said, that whoever die outside of Islam, meaning a person who die believing other than Allah as the true God, worshipping other thing beside Allah, committing shirk, known as shirk. Allah said, Man mata yushrik billah, faqad haram Allah alayhi al-jannah wa ma'wahu an-nar wa ma liz-zalimina min ansar. This is what Allah said. Anything to do about Allah, we have to go back to Him. And He is telling us, whoever choose to die, not believing me, committing shirk, having a partner beside me, he will not enter paradise. His abode is hellfire. Allah said that. Now, we are feeling very, very sad if we know that some of our family members are non-believers. What will happen to them? Can we as a believer visit the graveyard of our family members who are not a Muslim and make prayer? No. Religion don't belong to us. Don't follow our feeling. Follow our feeling. Why not? I'm a believer. I'm a good person. May Allah respond to my prayer, answer my prayer. The Prophet himself want to do that. Prophet Abraham want to do this to his father. Prophet Muhammad also was going to do a prayer. And then Allah said, no, leave them to me. You can visit the graveyard, but you cannot pray for them. It's just an example. When they are alive, they don't want to believe. Why you force this belief to them? You can't. Yeah. That's why you see the graveyard is divided. Christians have their own graveyard. The Chinese have their own graveyard. Muslims have their own graveyard. The Sikh have their. Why? To make sure everybody know where they're heading. You choose. But we can go to any graveyard, but we only can offer prayer for the graveyard of the believers. When you enter the Muslim graveyard, there's Assalamu alaikum ya ahlal diyar. There's a prayer for everyone who died. But you enter, other than that, you don't give the sign. You can enter because by visiting the graveyard is a reminder for the living. One day, we all go to this place. But Allah is telling us, I will not punish anybody. His mercy is always there. I will not punish anyone until a messenger was sent to them and they reject. Now, some majority of the not yet Muslim, even our family members, die without knowing about Islam. Nobody talked to them about Islam. We've experienced visiting some non-Muslim family who own a grocery shop, and he have a lot of Muslim customers. He was there for 30, 40 years doing business. But nobody tell him about Islam. Just say example, he passed away. Of course, we Muslims cannot do any prayer because it's forbidden. We judge him according to what he choose in this world. But if he don't have the opportunity to listen about Islam, to learn about Islam, if he have the opportunity, he just don't want that. Allah knows, we will know. But if was not given the opportunity at all, it's like people live in the jungle, no relation with other people except their own tribe. They believe in something, whatever they know, some spirit somewhere, but they don't know who is Allah, how to worship Allah. They die. The day of judgment, the Prophet said, Allah will give them the final exam. Allah will give them. And see how they respond. If they respond positive, Allah's mercy will be on them. But if they respond negative, then that's what they choose not to believe. Here today, a lot of people don't know. And that is why the Prophet commands his followers, we are a witness to other people, shuhada al-nas, and the Prophet will be a witness upon us. I convey the message, I've taught all of you what Allah said. Have you convey to them? This is very important. Whatever we've learned, brother and sister, is our duty to share. And after sharing, showing good example, don't forget to pray for them. But if they totally have no way to know and learn about Islam, nobody taught to them, in the day of judgment, Allah will give His final mercy and test. If they pass, they pass. If not, then Allah will say, I have given you. So a non-believer will have the last choice in the day of judgment. This is the answer to the question. Any more question? Any question on site? No. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
I find myself like sometimes, actually this week, that upon like mockery or some jokes on me in a public type of display. Sometimes I find myself that I take it too seriously, and then I will react in a defensive manner. I will try to engage upon the mockery or in a joking manner
Yeah.
because I feel or insulted in a persona or be respected. I won't engage publicly, but I will tell that person in private that the way that they say it offended me, although the intention was just joke or like explaining upon that the intention might not be the wrong intention. They just didn't, they were not aware of their words might affect me.
Yeah.
But then sometimes I feel like it's because I'm too sensitive, perhaps I'm too sensitive. And I was wondering what is the right way, or what is the right way to, from the perspective of Islam,
Okay. How do we respond?
how should I approach it, in a more rightful manner? Thanks.
Can you share with us one simple thing that you feel that you were hurt by what they say to you? Just one example.
Because the comment was more imitating me, because he was sort of kind of I give some comments about let's say marketing, right? Marketing, but my major is in marketing. I'm an engineer myself.
Okay.
And the other person said that my brainstorming ideas was too dry.
Okay.
That is why I'm an engineer. I'm not a marketer.
Okay.
And then I feel a little bit
Of course.
insulted and
Yeah, of
more,
course.
right? Like, who are you to tell me what I am and what I'm not?
Yep. Correct. This is a very important thing that can happen to anybody. Yeah. Again, back to what I've shared with you earlier, in the earlier class, it's very important to be careful of your word. You know, sometimes this guy may say what is right. Maybe his word is right. If I'm not a marketing person, I'm an engineer example, and I'm talking about marketing. So then the marketing person was very dry. There's no essence in it. Of course, it's not right for him to say that, because this is how you feel. You keep it to yourself. I can argue if I want. See, I can even counter what you are trying to say to me. But it's not healthy because you saw other people around. Even what he say may be right, he shouldn't have used that kind of word or make that kind of approach. He can just like correct or add something. So, well, what you have said, thank you for your sharing example. But I think we can also look from this angle. Sharing that means you are a very wise person. Now, when he do this, of course, being human, like us being human, We are very hurt now, feel humiliated. Oh, what do I do? Huh? Should I respond negative with negative? I can if I want, but the whole situation is not going to help anybody. But if you take the other step, just control your patient. That's it. Sometimes you can counter with something positive, then you just back off. And when you have the opportunity to see him later on, you can do that. That is where the wisdom comes in. That is to show that you are in control, yeah, to yourself. You don't quickly be provoked by anybody and you respond negative. No, that is good. Yeah? Sometimes if this thing happen to me, example, people criticize you in front. I always try to use the best response. Either I keep quiet or I will say, you know, what you say is correct from one angle. From your angle, you may be right. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm sharing with you from the different angle. Sometimes that's how it look. You look from your angle, it's like this. I look from my angle. When I talk to somebody, I'm not looking at you. You are a person who have knowledge, but there are so many people who don't have that knowledge. So I share what I have experienced with. I'm not saying what you say is wrong. I say, oh, what you say is correct from your angle. Thank you for your reminder. I move on. But if you feel that sometimes you can't, you feel hurt now, then the best thing to do is keep quiet. And then you just follow up later on. But if you have another extra wisdom, you just remind them. Or sometimes you can even, sometimes people joke around, or too dry. Or sometimes you need to be dry. Too wet is not good. You know, always wet is not good. Sometimes it's good to be dry too. You see, you can counter with something very positive. Then, of course, later on, when you see him personally, you say, hey, brother, you know, next time if you want to say anything, you see me personally. I'm telling you, sharing you based on my experience. You may disagree with me, but you don't have to use the word too dry.
Because sometimes I'm wondering whether it is I need to be less sensitive or build a stronger character.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
I want to try to look what
Yeah,
I can do myself
correct,
because
correct.
I can't really control what others can do.
Okay. It's good. It's good to be not too sensitive. You know, if you count how good you are, somebody just don't like to see good people around. They just like to comment. There are people like that. Whatever you share in the information in the internet, you will find comment. Because people who are negative, they comment negatively. People positive, they comment positive. That is common. Our prophet shown us this example. People say he is a crazy guy. Majnun, mad, crazy guy. We have been worshipping 300 over deities and he said only one. Are you joking with us? If you said from 300 over, you downsize to 30, okay. But I say one, only one God. All the other deities gone, only one. So to them, they are not ready to accept that changes. So he said, this is a crazy man. You know? But the prophet never said, you are more crazy than me. We can respond like that. No, you are worse than me. But the prophet kept quiet. He find the right time. Because they say, there's a saying, word of wisdom. لِكُلِّ مَقَامٍ مَقَالٍ لِكُلِّ مَقَالٍ مَقَالٍ. Every place there's a word. And every word there's a place for you to apply. You cannot use the same word, yeah, and everywhere. No. So it's good for us being a human. We try to be strong, not to be too sensitive. That's very hard to move on. And this is very important when positive and negative are joined. Meaning, when we are married, example, we may have our own character, hard. You need another, our partner, to be soft. Yeah, to help one another. If both are hard, yeah, it's going to break very fast. One hard, one soft. Yeah, positive, negative, you join together, it becomes very powerful. It's like a car. You want hard body so that if accident, it protect you. But you don't want to have a very hard, solid kind of seating. You want the body to be metal, bulletproof is possible. But you don't want to have the wheel also is a metal wheel. You want rubberies so that you feel comfort inside. So you have hard, soft, you combine together, it make life very, very, yeah, also entertaining. You need something. Like disciplined children, you cannot be too soft. Then you fail to discipline them. Too hard, you break them. And that's why the Prophet taught us about woman. The woman was created from the rib bone of Adam. And the rib bone is always crooked. It's not straight. And again, you cannot force. You force, it break. You cannot just let it be. Then you cannot help them. So there are times you can be, I don't use the word hard, you are firm. Use the term firmness. But you are kind. You understand. They may need time, yeah, to change. So you give them some time. That's how you move on. It's good to be non-sensitive at all is not good. You don't feel anything. Also, it's not good. You don't want to be a super sensitive and no feeling at all. You can say anything, I don't feel anything. Yeah, it's not good. Always be the middle. Understand, inshallah? Good. You can test yourself. Yeah, always see when this thing happens, how you react. If you don't know, inshallah, you can keep on learning. Don't give up. Find a better way. That is how I was taught by my teacher, not to respond anything negative, with positive. Yeah? Clear about that? Okay.
What is the wisdom of Islam to build a stronger character?
Now, in Islam, you have few things that Allah and the Prophet want you to do. Number one, you must have patience, sabar. You cannot say, I want to be strong, but I don't want to have patience. I want to have knowledge, but I don't want to learn. You must go through the process. It's like, I want to be muscular, but I don't do exercise. I just eat, then the tummy will grow. Only the tummy will grow. Example, I want to fit, I want to wear muscle, you work. Example, okay? That's how you move on. And when you are still weak, you must be close to people who are stronger than you and learn from them. Be in a strong company, good company that will help you. Yeah. That's how we move on. Okay? Good. Next question.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi Sheikh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah barakatuh.
My question is because 2 years and a half or 2 years back, my colleague who was non-Muslim passed away,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was advised to avoid to go to the temple to for the what do you call it?
For the funeral,
Yes,
okay.
but if it happened like in his home, I can go. Also, I was advised not to, of course, say rest.
Say any prayer.
Yeah, any prayer, but I was advised also to give comfort to the family, like
Yes.
because
Good.
I saw his mother. Sorry
Of
for your
course.
loss.
Yeah. Family members.
Yeah, family members. Yes. But it comes to me this question: if let's say not only about that, let's say a wedding ceremony, and I was maybe invited to go to temple or to go to church. It happened. Can we go? No, but we don't participate, but we just observe. That's my question. Because I remember when we went to his house, my colleague who passed away, they brought a monk or shaman with this like this music and all this kind of sound, all these rituals. Of course, I was not in, I was far away, but I'm just to know what our limits as a Muslim or even for our brothers non yet Muslim, or how to engage in this kind of situations.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Now, this is a very practical question, yeah, that we as Malaysian may encounter this because we live in a multiracial community. Everybody have their belief, everybody have their ceremonies. So can we be part of it? Allah Rabbul Alameen show us the way. Anything to do with belief, they will follow what they want to believe, but we are not supposed to follow them. We have our own belief. We hope they understand. It's just like when they have a ceremony, wedding, or some members pass away. So you know the parent, you are there. Of course, you can be there. There's nothing wrong. But then you can talk to the family. Try to give them some moral support. You know? And you can do da'wah. That's the best time because they also do not know how to move on. They just follow the tradition. They don't really know a lot of things. If you ask them why you do this, they don't know. This is what tradition that we just follow. If you can try to say, no, in Islam, the Muslim, the way when we pass away, this is how it happened. Share with them. Sometimes when they look at how practical and how logical our way is a form of da'wah. You see, we believe that Allah said, "Kullu nafsin za'iqatul maut," every living thing will end sooner or later. We only ask for a good ending. And a good ending is so important to know who's the real God, who created all of us. We just share something, trigger them to think. The past is the past, now living the one who are still alive. We develop a good relationship that in the future they may want to come to ask us for some nasiha and some advice. It's good. There's nothing wrong. But you make sure that you don't participate. We are worried that sometimes some people call you to just hold some joystick and then burn and then shake, and then, okay. No, we don't do it. Excuse ourselves. You must be firm, then you can. If not, don't. Yeah? Stay away if you feel that you are confused. Because sometimes when people want to welcome you, and you want to flower upon your head, and then they want to put one dot here, because you come to the temple. We must alert them. The problem today is neither they understand how to respect us, And neither we have shared with them next time. No, it's just like politicians. They have to visit everybody, all the people, yeah, the countrymen who need your presence. You can, but you must have your protocol. Your protocol must go in and alert them. Yeah. He may come, but please, you don't do this. No, no, no. You must respect him as a Muslim. We don't want. It's like you visit a church and then they are going to pass you, hang over a cross on your head. Are you going to allow that to happen? We are Muslim. Our presence is to show that we respect you. But you don't go and put something on my body that is against my belief. You must learn how to respect my right. And this is not being shared. We feel this about that. I will go to my family member, is there some of my uncle, my cousin pass away. I will go, but I'm very careful, and they know. They know that I will not participate in all this nonsense. So they honor my right. I'll be there. And then I grab the opportunity among the family members who are in one table, we chit chat. Then I say to them, no, we Muslims, when we die like this, we share some info to them, let them think. Because I'm not Muslim, like our my culture, if somebody die, it costs them a lot. It's not cheap. Yeah, sometimes living is cheaper than dying. You've got to prepare so much money just to pay for this ritual. You know? And sometimes people don't believe, but it's a ritual tradition. So we must, if you have the right value, you can go. If not, you just excuse yourself. And you can just send some word, yeah, to say that I normally will say, when I use word, may Almighty God guide all of us. Pray for guidance is always welcome. May Almighty guide us. Example. Yeah? Now come to wedding, the same thing. There is those who are dying, and now people who are having wedding, and they are going to have it in the church. And they want to have it in the temple. Or they have in some open area. It's easier. Normally open area is more easier. It's just like us. Sometimes we have our nikah in the mosque. Then when you do it in the mosque, you don't invite the non-believer because it's difficult. Because the mosque, we have adapt. Anybody who go there to praying area, they must pray 2 rak'at. The non-believer, how can they pray? Even Muslim must pray, but a lot of people don't honor this right. But if there is a hall somewhere around the mosque area that anybody can go in, then it's okay. Same go to us if they want to help in the temple. Let them go on first. We will come later on when they have the wedding feast and so on, the walima. Yeah, then we can buy. Even that, I was invited sometimes people, the non-Muslim, to their walima, wedding. Walima. They have, for them, they will serve beer. They have MC sometimes to talk about wedding and so on. And some people don't have adab. The marriage planner sometimes, we all have a lot of marriage planner. Marriage planner, he the planner, the MC is a joker sometimes. He joke around. It happened to me, but I have informed those who invite me. Do you have other Muslim guests? He said, yeah. Okay. Then put us on that table where you serve halal food. And please, make sure no beer is served on that table. And they honor because we told them from the beginning. If you say, oh, but this is the Muslim table. But maybe some may also want to drink. Put them here on the table. Don't put in the same table. Those vegetarians come to our table. People who go for you, they don't drink liquor. They are not allowed to. Alhamdulillah, they honor. Then when they can honor, then I will be there. If not, I say, don't worry about us. We'll see you later on. Okay. And now the MC come. Joke around. And suddenly he just went into the room, out again. He dressed like a female. And joke around again, come to every table. Touch the guy. Okay. This is a crazy joke. They have no respect. They talk, and the way they talk about husband and wife relationship, using, a very childish kind of joke. How can you do this? There are so many elderly people. When I look at he's going table to table. Quickly, I called the host and the family. Please make sure you don't come to our table, okay? We don't want this crazy thing to happen to us. You want to be crazy to yourself, No, you just wear like a woman and act like a lady and come on to the man from one table and touch them. How are you? How strong are you? What crazy thing you're talking? How strong am I? Some people who like joke, everybody laugh at him. From our table, we are looking like putting a laser at him. Don't come close. But when we quickly inform, he whispered, he didn't come to our table. If he would just come in, I just have to stand up and walk away. It's not nice. I mean, of course, you want to joke, there's a limit for everything. You are talking to the adult. You don't treat the adult like young people, like your 20, 30 teenagers. They are adult, father, mother, figure. This is something we must be alert. When we make it clear, I believe we don't face all this problem. We don't want none of people to create fitna to us. Now, that is my answer now. Any other question from the... Now, please. Walaikum salam. Can you use the mic, please?
Hello. My question is regarding the first question that you asked about the pleading for the non-believers, right? So my question is to those non-Muslim that might not be ready yet to say the Shahada, but he or she might have took the Shahada on his own, and then but suddenly he or she died.
Okay.
What's gonna happen?
This thing also do happen in our community. Some when you talk to them about Islam, all they have been reading, they're making their own research and they start to believe, but they do not want to be official. You see? Then, of course, between he or she with God, Allah will judge them accordingly. For us, we cannot fight for his or her right. That we want he or her body to be washed like the Muslim, and then we pray like a Muslim, because there is no proof to say that he or she is a Muslim. So we just leave this matter to the authority. And the authority will also act accordingly. They look that there's no identification, no document to prove that he or she is a Muslim. They will not allow the Muslim to handle this. They will call the family and pass it back to the family. It happened already before. But what can we do if we knew Oh yeah, he made shahada. We cannot fight. We can pray salatul, the minimum. We can pray for the deceased, not in front of the deceased. That if we know he passed away in Penang, example, and he have made shahada, we know he's told us, but he never registered anywhere. Then the parent will have to arrange the funeral for him. We don't fight. We know that we will just pray the funeral prayer here in Kuala Lumpur. We gathered a group of brothers. Said, this brother is a Muslim because he informed me and he made shahada through the phone, but there's no record, no document. You'll be buried in a different way. We can do that funeral prayer. Sort of my yeah, it's valid. That's why it's between he and Allah. Even between us, if a person who makes shahada with all the document, we don't know the intention. Only Allah knows best. That's why we always make sure anybody who want to make shahada, make sure you are ready, you really have the right intention. Then Allah will value your shahada. If your shahada is not really that you believe, just want to please the people, then in Allah's way, there's no value because you are not sincere. That's why the ihsan is important. The shahada should really come from your heart. You're ready to adopt, accept it. Then they got value. But with Allah, it's easy. Allah knows. And Allah knows our intention more than anyone. You can say anything. But Allah knows whether you are saying it out of your belief or just for fun. Allah knows. But we only can interfere when there is a document. When there's no document, we can't. Okay? Now, alhamdulillah. Next question, last question. The boy, any question from the young boy? No other question online?
No.
Yeah, there's one last from the sister behind. Please pass the mic.
Assalamualaikum, Sheikh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah.
Sheikh, this is my personal questions happened to me.
Okay.
The day I give birth to my daughter, I consider myself not Islam yet, not a Muslim yet. So then now she's practicing Muslim. So do my daughter still need to take her shahada?
When you give birth to a child,
Yeah.
yeah, and now she is a practicing Muslim. That means she has made shahada, of course.
I don't think so.
Huh? Then how can she practice without
Because
making shahada?
the father is Muslim, but when I got married, I don't remember that I took my shahada before because we do the ceremony traditionally.
Okay.
So then that's why I consider myself I'm not a Muslim at that time.
Yep.
But then my daughter is practicing Islam.
Yeah.
So my question is, do she still need to take her shahada?
Normally, if the father is a Muslim, the father will have taught her the shahada. And if she's praying, is she praying? She learn how to pray.
Yeah, she do, but the father, the whole family, they don't practice Islam.
Oh, the father is not practicing, but she is a practicing.
Yeah, she's
I think if she is practicing, that means if she start to pray, that means she has made shahada. Because each time when you make your prayer, there is a tahiyyat, the ending, before you give salam. Each time when you recite tahiyyat, the tashahud, there is a shahada. Normally, if one of the family members, the father, is a Muslim, then they consider that she is a Muslim. Okay? Only because it happened in a country like maybe in Philippines example. Filipino sometimes the Muslim are so confused, and the non-Muslim are so confused. Both are confused. Allah said the man, Muslim believer, can marry Ahli Kitab, the woman from the people of the book. But they underestimate, confident, they thought that as long anybody is a Christian, they are people of the book. That is very, very wrong. Because in the Quran, when Allah talk about the people of the book, even our Prophet have stated to us, he was sent for everyone, where the early Prophet was sent to their people only. The Qawmi. Meaning, Moses was only sent to the Bani Israel. Only the people of the Israel yet have the right to claim we are the people of the book. Other than them, they don't have right to consider themselves people of the book. It's like Jesus in the day of judgment. If anyone who said they are the follower of Jesus and they are non-Bani Israel, Jesus will not be responsible for them. He cannot help them because he was a prophet sent to Bani Israel. It's called Isa ibn Maryam, ya Bani Israel. Every time you look at the verses, even in the time of Jesus in the Bible said, we are not sent to the Samaritans or the Gentiles, but only to the lost sheep of Israel. These are Israelite prophets. But people don't have the right understanding. They thought, oh, as long as you are Christian, even you are non-Jew, we consider you people. Even the Jew today don't accept a non-Jew to claim that we are people of the book. You can't. They know because they learn about what's in the Old Testament. They don't accept. They say the Jew, in reality, they cannot allow anybody who are non-Jew to say, we are also a Jew. No. A Jew is a Jew. You have no right to claim that you are part of us. We are the chosen one. They always feel we are the chosen one. We are children of God to the extent. Non-Jew, nobody to them. They can kill you without feeling anything. They are the group of people. Now, for your daughter, because the father, even he's not practicing, alhamdulillah, Allah have been kind, guiding the daughter, and she's practicing, praying. When he prayed, that means you know. When she know that she's a Muslim, then it's okay. You don't have to worry then. She's praying, she's become a good practicing daughter. Yeah. You are clear about that now? Good, alhamdulillah. But now, are you in contact with her until today? Oh, good. And if you still have some disturbance, just call her to say Shahada again. Can you recite the Shahada for me, my daughter? Yes, just sometime to make you feel comfortable. It's like a born Muslim, after some time, he is saying, I'm no more Muslim. I don't believe in it. I don't pray anymore. Then after some time, he realized. And then he come back to me. I want to come back to Islam. What should I do? I said, follow me to recite Shahada again. After he memorized, because he's born Muslim. Then he said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. He said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammad. Now you're back to Islam. Did I need to write anything in the form? No. You are born Muslim. All your records are Muslim. Only in between, sometimes you are disturbed, then you say, I'm no more Muslim. Now you say, I'm a Muslim. You make Shahada with me, khalas. You understand that, sis? That is the best way. Yeah, may Allah make it easy for all of us. There is no more other question. And then, inshallah, we end our class today. We hope, remember, when we have all this, if you have any question, don't hide, don't be shy to ask. Yeah? So we ask Allah Rabbul Alameen to protect all of us from all the challenges, the fitan, and may Allah make us a good practicing Muslim and Muslimah. Amin. Wabillahi taufiqi wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillah. Amin. Let us recite the tasbih kifara together. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta. Astaghfiruka. Wa atubu ilayk.